What's up, guys? Evan Dixon here with Unfinished the podcast. First episode coming soon. But what I wanted to just brush my teeth. It's early morning. I just woke up, but this was just so heavy on my mind. I wanted to share with you guys a little story that happened to me yesterday. I was able to meet a lady named Kate at my local pharmacy, and all day I had been fighting to get my morning and night inhaler. I have asthma. I've had it for a long time. My doctor just retired, Dr. J. He was a Polish doctor, and being a big black man, I haven't found a lot of doctors that want to touch me, right? I mean, like literally want to check your heart rate, check your back. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one. That'll be a question. Is it men or is it black men? When you go to the doctor, they really they don't want to help you. They don't want to touch you. I actually told the doctor I have 5 daughters. 4 of them have the flu right now. Should I get Tamiflu to be proactive? She said, yeah, get it over the counter. That's what I'm dealing with. I'm like, but can't you write me a prescription and it's cheaper? Yeah, but it ain't that expensive. That's what I'm dealing with in North Carolina, right? So I called CVS this morning or yesterday morning. I see that I don't have a extra refill, so I called my doctor. Doctor called me back. We sent it in. I go to CVS to get it. They ain't sent it in yet. I called the doctor back. I'm helping sick babies and I'm feeling bad myself, right? But I'm trying to fight it because I know for me, Jesus has bound all sin and he bound all sicknesses. So I'm like, if I feel low, I might feel under the weather, but I can't get sick no more because Jesus already died for that, right? So don't be mad at my faith. All right, you deal with faith how you deal with faith. Let me deal with faith how I deal with faith. All right, I ain't been sick really in like 6 or 7 years since I read that and I let it process. Even if I had COVID or something, what I'm saying is that I don't have all the symptoms and all the illnesses that y'all got. I fight through it because I know that I'm not supposed to be sick. Jesus died for that. Okay. And I don't mind having infant faith and baby faith and be ignorant by faith. I'm gonna take that all day, okay? But anyway, let's get back to the story. So they tell me, they say, listen, we won't have that until this morning. We won't have it tonight. And I said, well, what do you have to do? Like, do you have to put it in a bottle? Do you have to capture the air? Like, what do you have to do? And she said, well, we have to count it, weigh it, count it again, and we have 6 minutes until we closed. And there's 100 people in front of you. I said, I understand that, ma'am. I wasn't being rude, I wasn't being upset. I said, I understand that, but nobody's here right now. I'm here. So them 100 people are good with getting theirs tomorrow. But I would like to get breath today. I'd like to breathe tonight and keep my lungs clear. And she kind of did it a little bit upset, but only not upset like she had an attitude, but just like she was human and she was tired and she was worn out. And when she came back, she said, I have 2 sick kids too. Now, some people would have heard that and said, I don't care about your kid. I'm talking about me and my breathing and this and that. I don't need, it's not what I did. I said, oh my dear. And you got to be away from them while they're sick. I'm so sorry. Because a mother is pulled to take care of their children, right? A father is pulled to take care of their children. So whenever they're away, it hurts them, okay? Now, I ain't talking about a man that made a baby or a woman that made a baby. I'm talking about a mother and a father, the biblical sense, those who are really embracing this parenthood journey. If parenting is easy, I promise you, you're not doing it right. I promise you, you're not doing it. If it's easy, you're not doing it right. You need to check them phones. You need to check some stuff because they sneaking around behind you, okay? Because they're kids. If you trust a kid to be more than a kid, that's on you. If you trust a teenager to be more than a teenager, that's on you. Okay? So we're going to get through this story. I just talk a lot, all right? So when I asked her that, she said, she just broke down. She just broke down. She said, I'm tired. I'm tired of working these 12-hour shifts. I don't feel appreciated. My boss definitely doesn't appreciate. I don't feel appreciated by my boss at all. She started running through not being appreciated. And then they also have these strikes going on where pharmacists are walking out. So that's also on your mind. It's one thing to suffer But when you see other people suffering, you can suffer united, and they start leaving. You like, it's about time for me to leave. Now, there's something called a paycheck. That paycheck will have you hold on to God's unchanging hand. But for everybody out there, this is the point of this whole conversation. For everybody out there that feels underappreciated, that feels like your manager doesn't care, your mom doesn't care, your wife doesn't care, your husband doesn't care, your family doesn't care. First off, if it's your family, you know your family. But if you got a family like I got a family, talk to your family. And tell them how you feel. Sometimes we have to be vulnerable first. We can't just be angry because they don't get it if we haven't been vulnerable yet, right? But for this woman, what was most important, and I prayed for, and I don't do that. I'm new in this game. But Jesus came from heaven to earth just for us. His entire life was not for him, it was for us. And we still don't appreciate it. Black people have been through the worst situations on this earth for a continuous matter of time, to the point that now we almost do the situations to ourselves. And you got black people whose grandma, great-grandma, great-great-grandma, and further on, back in Ethiopia, was reading the Bible and praising his name. And now you got my generation decide they gonna worship them. They gonna pray to their ancestors, the same ancestors that was praying to God. You praying to grandma. Grandma went to church every Sunday. Jesus wasn't appreciated. What makes you think you deserve to be appreciated? When you feel like you're not appreciated and you're doing right and you're doing the best you can, understand that you're in good company, guys. Understand you're in good company. Keep pushing. Smile and say, I know God got it. And another verse, a verse, I can't remember where it came from, where it's at, but it basically says, when I'm weak, it's almost awesome to be too tired and too weak to do something. If you're living in God. Because when I'm weak, he's strong. If you ever had a father, a real father, then you know when you're weak, he's strong. When you can't do no more, when you're too tired, my kids know when it's too much. My oldest two don't like to tell. They don't, because they know I'm there for them. I'm not a fool that goes to, and what y'all say and what y'all do, but I don't play about my children at all, right? I've raised them to be respectful, to have morals, to have ethics. If they choose not to have it, that's on them, but I know how I raised them, and they know not to come and tell me that something happened and they wasn't on code and not tell me that they wasn't on code. I ain't had too many problems with them not being on code. And that code is that book. That code is to try your best to be a light in this world. So when you feel unappreciated, when you feel like you're too tired to do it, when you feel like it's not going to work out, when you feel like there's no way, why don't you just pray? Okay? Just pray. This is Unfinished, the podcast. I called it Unfinished. This is not going to be where we at. We're going to be in the unfinished part of the basement, right? And if you tune in, you a DIYer. If something's unfinished and you don't want to pay a contractor, you do it yourself. You a DIYer, but our do-it-yourself is not, our DIY is not do-it-yourself. Because we're following the Most High. So our DIY is do it Yahweh. So if you're a DIYer, if you're a do it Yahweher, tune in to Unfinished the Podcast, YouTube, all of that good stuff. We're coming, and I hope we bring some impactful information. Enjoy your Wednesday. It's almost Christmas. You can feel it in the air. Oh no, that's the flu. Anyway, y'all be good.